Welcome to challenge 4. So in the last challenge, we counted how many essential modules there are in our available modules array. Okay, so let's see what challenge number 4 is. Okay, so apparently we have 3 essential modules and we need to start loading them into the system. So we need to write a function called load modules. It needs to take a parameter called index. Okay, so very helpfully, we've been told what our load module function should look like. When load modules get the index number, it should load it into the ship's module property. So a reminder, our ship has the modules property here. Right now, nothing is loaded. So we want to start putting things into here. Okay. All right. Before you load it, set the enabled property to true. You need to loop over the available modules and find the one called the light support. Get its index and use it to call load module. Okay. First, let's write our load module function. And so a reminder, I only have this code because I want to have a visualization of what this should look like. If you have this, you need to comment it out before you click the solve button. Otherwise, what happens is you will overwrite the program's available modules with one of your own, which is not the same, okay? And your code will not work, even if you've written it correctly. Okay, let's do our load modules function. So first it says set the enabled property to true. Okay, so we get the index, so we know which one module it is. Okay, so remember to access a specific module, we need to put in the index of the array. Okay. So when we have that module, we can set the enabled property to true. So this is the exact same thing as what we've done with the ship. Dot power on equals true. Now the only difference is we are changing this property on a specific module. Okay. And to load a module into the ship, we need to do ship.module because this is the property, right? We got the ship and then we're trying to change the module's property. And to add things into array, we use push. Okay, so let's just see what happens in the console. So again, I need to put the ship variable in. Okay, and I will just uncomment this so I can demonstrate. Okay, and now I'll put in the function here. Okay, so now kind of my mini program in my browser console is set up. I'll do ship.modules. Okay, so right now it's empty. So say I already know that I want to use the first module, right? I will use load module. The first module, the index of the first item in my array is always going to be 0. So I can do load module 0. And now if I do ship.modules, you'll see I've got something in here. And you can see that module 1 is here, and then enabled is set to true. When I first put it in, enabled was false. So that is what our load module function is doing. And here we don't have to return anything, because the only thing we're telling it to do is do this one thing, and I don't need to get an answer back from you. So there is no return. So the next part is that we need to find a specific module called life support. So to make this easier, like to make our code easier to read, it's better to write a separate function, right? So let's do a function find life support. I think that is a very good thing to find. Okay, let's find life support. And okay, so how are we going to find life support? Well, it's very similar to what we've done in the count essential function. We need to go through each of the modules, and then we need to find the one that's called the life support. So let's do our loop. Whoops. Okay, I was getting too excited. So, okay, let's do a for loop. Okay, I less than available modules dot length, and whoops, I plus. Okay, so this is our for loop. So we're going through each of the modules, and we need to find with a name. So we have a name here, right? And it needs to equal life support. Okay, so if we find this module, we can automatically return the index. Okay, in fact, I want to rename the function call it find life support index. So it's more specific, right? Like we're returning the index here, we're not returning the whole module. And we can immediately return it because as soon as we find the right module, we can report back. We don't need to look in any more of the modules. So to put it together, so first we need to find the life support. And okay, so we need to find the index of the life support module. Okay, so first we have to get that, and then we need to use this index and load it. Whoops. Oh, I thought I copied it. Okay. And this is how you finish challenge 4. Alright, now that we finished challenge 4, I will see you in challenge 5.